Let's also take you through some of the news reports we've been filing through our affiliates in CNN. And before that, I just want to go straight across to Akanksha for more on information that is coming through. Akanksha, what can you tell us?
Rahul, the images that we are getting in of the attack that's taken place on the US Embassy in Kuwait are going on to indicate that this has been a significant attack because the plumes of smoke billowing out of the embassy, much of it has in fact been caught in fire as well. Kuwait has openly admitted, let me show it to my video journalist Arpit over here. If you can see, this doesn't seem like an ordinary attack. If Arpit can focus on this image that's been released by AFP, this is an attack that took place at the US Embassy in Kuwait. Remember, Kuwait has confirmed that one person has also died in Kuwait. This as they have been intercepting a series of attacks that have been taking place by UAVs, most likely. Number of attacks being done by the UAVs. So remember earlier during the day, this is exactly what Rahul we were discussing, that it doesn't seem like much of a cost for Iran, but they're doing enough damage. They're not only targeting the US assets, whether it is, say, the consulates in Kuwait or say even the one in Karachi. The fact of the matter remains that they have all of these US allies, whether Kuwait.
Why don't you come across here to me? Let's have a quick look at this. Come straight across.
So the target over here, we must keep in mind, are US assets, and I'm sure Tom will also agree with me.
Yes.
These are US assets, and primarily what we are looking at is the US consulate, this one in Kuwait. They've had to shut down the overall embassy right now, and this doesn't seem...
So this is a different angle.
So Tom, if you can also weigh in, it doesn't seem like a UAV orchestrated attack. Could it be? Because you look at the plumes of smoke, there's also enough debris down there if you look at it over here.
It's only to caution, but you must always, the volume of smoke and the type of smoke always depends on what is burning. Whether this is unspent fuel from the UAV or something was hit, I don't know.
But this is the latest image that has been released by Kuwait at the moment, and that too if they are targeting
if this
the
video
US
is
consulate. That's
genuine, yes,
trouble.
absolutely. I mean, when the Iranians start to strike even consulates, so this means diplomatic facilities, they haven't done this before.
Okay.
They were reluctant in this regard, even when the Israelis have hit their consulate in Damascus. So this is getting very, very serious.
In fact, we are getting in also more information that in Qatar, the naval base of the United States has also been attacked. That's a confirmation that's already come in. So there's a strategic targeting of US.
Go across to Sanjay Suri from Tel Aviv. Sanjay, now tell us a little bit more about how the Israelis and the Americans have come together and what damage are they inflicting in Iran. There have been now a lot of reports about the Iranians using all sorts of technology asymmetric to obviously the weapons that are being used by the US and the Israelis. But what exactly is happening in Iran, and what is the assessment in Israel about how long this regime can actually hang in there, so to speak?
Well, the assessment is not exactly upbeat here. The fact is that on day one, Iranian missiles got through to hit Tel Aviv. They killed one person. On day two, they hit a place, be it Shemish. As we saw between Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, 9 people killed there. There's 10 people killed here already. A lot of these missiles are getting through. There were 2 assumptions that were being made, and both are being questioned within Israel and no doubt within the US as well. First, that air superiority is a given. Nobody was anticipating that Iran could launch that many missiles and they would be unstoppable. It's almost like they're hitting at will. An embassy here, a compound there, a base here, a mall here, this country, that country. There's a secondary question here about their choice of targets. There are questions there. But the point is that whatever targets they are picking, they're able to launch missiles and hit a lot of them. So the protection that was assumed, the 3-layer protection, certainly in Israel, is not quite working as expected, and other countries are even less protected. Given also that there's been weeks of preparation in anticipation of this. Iran has said again and again they will widen the attack, they will hit at Arab countries hosting the US. And these were warnings made loud and clear repeatedly. And even so, these places are unprotected. Iranian missiles are getting through. This certainly would be worrying for Israel and the US. At the second level, Rahul, there has been always, from the very start, from the very planning, a fundamental limitation that whatever Israel and the US can do would be from the air. Even there, it's not quite supremacy. But then, there has never been a plan that Israel and the US will get in on the ground in Tehran. Without that, how could you get a regime change? Yes, you can take people out, they have done that. But they did that last year. If you remember, so many leading commanders from the army, so many political leaders were just assassinated, decapitated, very precise strikes. But then somebody else came along. In the Iranian system now, there are 4 layers. You kill one, automatically a second takes over and so on. So they have prepared for this. And they are continuing to resist, they're continuing to attack and to defend as well. All this has not been a part of the Israeli and the US calculation. The calculation was that you hit them hard, they will lose their top, they will lose their nerve, they will surrender. But surrender to who? Who is there on the ground for anyone to surrender to? Who will the IRGC surrender to? That is a limitation, and it's a limitation on the ground, and that limitation is going to come home to Israel and the US more and more forcefully in days to come.